ordinary into the extraordinary. Today we are going to do a bit of flower arrangement using a gourd. You could use a pumpkin or any kind of squash, some water, because flowers need water, a knife, a sharp one, and we have these knife-safe cutting gloves that I highly recommend. Some paper towels, a spoon, and a $6.99 bouquet of flowers from wherever you like to buy flowers. I buy mine at Whole Foods. So all in all, this project is going to cost you under $10. Let's get started. So the first thing that you want to do is cut the top off of your squash or gourd or whatever you're using. I brought in my knife expert here, Tommy, my husband, who's going to cut the top off. It is quite a task, so if you are having a hard time or don't have someone to do this for you, and make sure you're using knife gloves, it does take a little bit of pressure, and he got most of it off, but we're going to keep working on this and then show you the results in a moment. Okay, so he cut the top off, so you can see it's a nice flat slice across the top, and now he's going to cut around the edge of the top to make sure that we give this a hollow-like effect so it becomes a vase for the flowers. Okay, using some motions of slicing up and down, he got the center core out, which now you can see the insides, and this is a decent area for your flowers, but if you have a decent sized bouquet like mine, you can now go back and cut a little bit more out around the edges, and that's what we're going to do for this one. By the way, you could use a pumpkin carving knife. Sometimes their serrated edges might work a little bit better. We didn't have one on hand, so that's why Tommy used the bigger knife with the knife safe gloves. It's up to you what you want to use. After you have your circle cut out, now you want to use your spoon and get out all the goopy insides. You can get kids to help you with this part of the project because getting out the insides can be kind of fun. You can use your hand to get the rest of the seeds out from the inside. Once you have all the goopy insides removed, you're now ready to start flower arrangement. You can use your knife to cut your flowers to the correct height, or you can use a pair of scissors. I often use scissors. I know some florists would say that that's not the best way to cut flowers. The knife actually does make a cleaner cut and can help your flowers last longer, but I'm just going to use scissors today just to make this a quick process. The first thing I like to do is start with the largest flower, because usually I'll set that in the center and then work my way up from that. So this is a lot taller than the vase that we've created. So I'm going to just make a guesstimation, and I like to cut them usually a little longer than, or cut them to where I think they might be a little too tall, like this definitely is. That way I can always keep trimming it off. So let's get this paper off of here as well. And I'm going to start by cutting off another inch or two, and to me, I like that. Now you could just do things like this and call it a day, and that looks fine too, but we're going to use some of these other flowers to start filling in some of the negative space. I also do the same. I start trimming these and start placing these in. I want to definitely cut those shorter. And I want those to just kind of go a little bit underneath the large flower. Now, if you don't want the large flower in here, like I may change my mind in a bit and take that out and just use the smaller flowers. What you want to do with this is totally up to you. Whatever look you're going for. That can make just a very simple arrangement. But I'm going to keep adding more and see what happens. I'm going to use the same flowers that I just put in there. I'm going to cut those fairly short. And those are too tall to me, so I'm going to cut them again. And got those in. That looks very nice. I'm going to keep adding some more though, because I want volume. I want this to be the centerpiece, and I might put this in the center of a table and put it up a little higher. The choice is up to you. That's the thing I love about floral arrangement and creating in general, is there's not just one right way to do things. How I do something might be different from the way my friend does something, and that's just how it is. And that's awesome about creativity. So I like this. Let's put some of this in there. I'm gonna, since this is kind of big, I'm gonna put this maybe towards the center. That looks nice. We're already starting to look really nice here. The thing about flower arrangement is we want it to look good from all angles. It may not look the same from all angles, and that's totally fine, but we want it to look nice at all angles. So when you are doing your flower arrangement, you might want to turn your vase or your gourd around to make sure that you like it no matter how you see it. Now let's add in some of these daisies. A couple of loose flowers that were at the bottom of the stem. I'm going to move those over. I'm going to make these a little taller so they stand up a little, I think. Might change my mind once I get them in here. And wherever it looks like I've got a little bit of space. Now I like to do my flower arrangement with it not full of water first. I'm not sure why I do that. It's just kind of something I've picked up on as I've gone through doing this. So you can add the water last, maybe with a funnel or just by pushing these all over to the side. I've got some of these going in. I'm pushing them down. I like how that looks. I still want some more of these daisies for more volume though. I'm going to put some down around this area here just to fill in that space so you don't see the top. Again, that's my preference. You don't have to do it this way. You may choose a bouquet that looks completely different than mine, and that's okay. So after doing a little bit more cutting of the flowers and a little bit more stuffing, this is what I came up with. This is my festive floral arrangement. You can keep adding more, you can add less. The possibilities with this project are completely endless. I like how it looks now, so now I'm going to add a little bit of water. I will just shove over some of the flowers, and I'm going to make a big mess right now, and that's fine. Since this isn't my sink area, I recommend maybe using your sink area to add the water so you don't make a mess like me. And fill it up with water and make sure you change the water, I'd say daily or every other day, just to make sure that your flowers stay nice and fresh looking. You can use those packets that come with the flower arrangements and just follow the directions and add that to the water if you want them to last a little longer. I've experimented. Sometimes that works really well. Some of the packets don't work that well. So just have fun with this, and thanks for watching Carolyn Braden's Turning the Ordinary into the Extraordinary.